so Sneaker going with Valet for this
Yep,
one.
Lay versus Shaheen, and we're back to Infinite Stage of Infinite Azure.
I'm proud of you guys. We're here to actually practice neutral, so I'm proud of you. Stay on these infinite stages.
Delicious, more poppy.
But it's gonna be really important in this match to see how well Supes knows how to deal with Lay. It's going to be very important in that regard because he's going to be dealing with Razor Rush. He's going to be dealing with FF3. As I say it, he's done it. So it's going to be really important to see.
Especially on a stage like Infinite, where it gives him plenty of room to work with it.
Right, because he can haha step to infinity. So that's what's going to be.
Oh, there's another slide. Ooh, nice mix-up. The wall standing 3-3.
Round 2.
But, you know, Supes taking the first round, so it looks like he might have an idea on what to do. -10, he still gets the whiff punter, so that's good.
Oh, into the hell sweep there. Oh, snake edge. That's gonna smart. Sneak's getting it started now.
Now those are the kind of scenarios that he's gonna have to know how to deal with, right? Dealing with those transitions and strings on block, because mostly every opportunity when Lay tries to transition or he's in the middle of a string, you have the opportunity to check him with your fastest mid to keep him from continuing that pressure.
On another slide, they both got rage.
With
they go for it down 4-4.
You know, rate spin, good old reliable.
Listen, man, if it ain't broken, don't try to fix it.
Listen, if it works, he would have died. If he gets blocked, he would have died. So great time to use it.
Oh, and there's another snake edge there.
Gets a decent combo. Now, this is also, so this is kind of like the trade-off for having the space to work with. Lay doesn't have the best combo damage. So he's going to be using setups like this. He's going to be, you know, trying his best to get these launchers to kind of rack up the damage, because otherwise his combo damage is pretty lackluster.
Precisely. Which is kind of why I say that Lei Wulong is gimmickly honest.
KO.
I don't know if that's even a thing.
Round 4.
Honestly, I feel like it makes no sense, but I'm coining it and I'm sticking to it. I honestly would call Lei Wulong gimmickly honest, because his gameplay style is kind of ridiculous, but if it wasn't ridiculous, he would never get anywhere in this game.
Alright, speed kicks. Leave it for Twitter.
Listen. If it makes sense, then it doesn't make sense.
But,
I learned from the best. Speed kicks and Jin Rummy. There are known knowns, there are known unknowns, there are unknown knowns, and unknown unknowns.
Whose man is this in the chat? Like, whose man is this? But,
the absence of
the first game.
Not the evidence of absence.
Let me let this man know. But, so, I don't know if you noticed, right? Now, once he lost that first round, Sneaker's been getting a lot of launchers and a lot of damage off of play dead setups.
Exactly.
So, he would play dead, Supes would run in, he would try to guess, or at the very least, he's not blocking, and then he gets launched. He's been launched
almost all of them were snake edges too, so he's just chopping away at his ankles for those last 2 rounds.
I'm pretty sure, didn't he throw out like one mid, like towards the end, that was a launcher?
Yes, he threw out I believe the down forward too.
So he is mixing up how he launches, but he needs to do something about play dead. Now, generally, you would just kind of back away, let Lei hang out, force him to stand up. But
I at least see that in round 1, he kind of snuffed out play dead a little bit, just with slide. So that was one of his options. But now Sneak's just running in his face, doing play dead, so he might not be as quick to the draw when it comes to, you know, the slide in.
Now that's true, but when you see that, the only real option that he would probably have to check you if you're backdashing is probably the slide. But if you're at range, you can kind of backdash and then duck and kind of get the punish off of the slide. So if you're not prepared to challenge play dead, you just let him play dead and leave away and run away.
Precisely.
So,
but on the other hand, would he actually have an orbital opportunity from that? I'm not sure if that works, but I feel like if he managed to catch him whiffing from play dead, I feel like an orbital would also manage to clip home from that.
I would agree, but Shaheen's orbital is a little bit weird, it seems. Seems like it has a little bit of a high hitbox. And with Lei being on the floor, I would 100% expect maybe the orbital to somehow whiff and he dies for it.
I would think the same thing, honestly.
So I think a good choice here is that, we went to a wall stage. We're at the Cave of Enlightenment. So
Delicious.
Hopefully this will be an opportunity to like box in Lei a little bit, force him to, play some neutral.
Now, at the same time, this is also where, excuse me, Lei also gets to be a bit of a pain in the ass, especially when he gets to the wall, because even though his combo damage isn't the greatest, he can make it hurt a lot at the wall, especially when he's got mix-up on mix-up. So you really get a little bit frightened when you deal with wall pressure oppression session from Lei Wulong.
That is true, and even if you stand there, right, I would hope that Sneaker knows the tech, but he does have grounded combo that's specific to the wall. If you decide, no, I'm not going to tech wall, I'm going to just lay there. So Lei is pretty dangerous all across the board. So here we are, round one.
This is also a slightly smaller square stage versus the other ones, too. So at least on this stage, Lei is more likely to get a wall splat, too.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Well, before we get balcony break, of course. But this is actually a very small square stage.
Now, there's the first thing. Now, you just saw it, that delayed Razor Rush. So for you guys in the chat, this is going to be super important for you guys to learn how to check it when you see it, because with each hit that Lei does Razor Rush and goes into a stance, he is more negative upon transition. So you can take your 12 or 13 frame mid, throw it out there, and you will check him every time, except for like the first hit of Razor Rush. So very important for you guys to know that when playing against Lei. So while Rising one,
barely finished stage all, baby, delicious.
And he's gonna get some wall pressure off of this.
Oh, you let him get up for free.
So this could cost him the round. This could very much cost him the round. Oh, don't chase him! Don't chase him! There it is. So like I said, when you're at range, that's the most he can do, is slide, so you can duck. Now, he didn't duck. He could have died, but just proves my point for what I said earlier. Good checks on the way in. So, another important thing to know how to deal with is dealing with FS3 from Lei. Just because by itself is minus 14, but he's left in back turn. Well, he can be in back turn, but he also has the high extension as well that you can duck and launch. So another important thing about learning how to deal with Lei is being able to consistently punish that move whenever he tries it.
Well, another down too. That's gonna smart.
And another round of Sneaker. He's looking pretty good in this game so far. Supes is doing a little bit better though, in that he's staying in his face a little bit more, mitigating some of that opportunity to be mixed up. So good on his part. Nice slide.
Again, just denying on play dead with the slide options and a lot of lows.
Which is a great adjustment.
Delicious.
Nice parry.
Oh. Right back, baby. Dick punch.
Final round.
So,
and we're going to double Luigi here.
Down 4-4 from Lei is minus 14. So I'm not sure what Shaheen's 14 frame punish is. If anybody in the chat just kind of like type that out for us. But he gets most characters can get a decent punish at minus 14. Nice counter hit with guaranteed damage.
Delicious.
No punish on the hop kick.
I respect the whip punish, but a little too slow to the punch. Oh, counter hit, get up
gives
here.
him the combo.
Alright, so bring him a little closer to the wall, running two.
Okay.
And he's gonna spend rage first.
Alright, so that's Lei spending the rage. He uses it for the...
And Rafe spin off axis.
DF4-4 had the chance to kill him twice.
And he threw no break.
So...
That's a weird axis for Ravespin with the second hit.
That it is. It even though it robbed him, Supes had a few chances to win prior to, well, like right after. So
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100. He actually could have lost that real quick if he didn't act quick.
so,
Like that could have gone either way after that.
but Supes making some decent adjustments. You know, the wall stage worked out for him. You know, he was checking play dead, which got him killed in the first game. So nice adjustments from Supes in that second one. So let's see if he can adjust any further going into game number 3.
Exactly. So definitely didn't he at least started to make him calm down with play dead a little bit, at least with simple lows and slides, because slide does enough damage to make you, again, get up soon enough where you don't just want to eat that. Because as much as Lei can do damage from the ground, you can still get clipped every now and then.
Yeah. So,
like any slide character, you probably want to be a little bit more generous with not staying on the ground too much.
you would think. Also, a good thing to note, or at least something to know, player-wise, is once Sneaker started to slow down, is when he really started to kind of like give up damage, because now he's not doing what Lei does best. He's not mixing them up, right?
Exactly.
So,
there's no reason for me to guess, so I'm just gonna go in and give you the tee off.
So, I mean, that's kind of what, you know, Lei has his haha step. He has a lot of tools to, even if he's just moving around the stage, it makes the opponent scared to kind of approach him when he's doing things like that. So,
Precisely.
just as long as you're not standing there, I think that for a lot of the players that may not have as much experience against Lei, you can probably do some mental damage just by moving around the screen like Lei wants to do. So never stand there if you don't have to.
But overall, that's at least what I do. That's kind of the reason why I still call Lei, and yes, I'm going with this term, gimmickly honest. Because the moment that he didn't really have to guess too much, that's really where Lei is the scariest. His huge ass hit list of moves, that's his gimmick. You don't know what to expect half the time. So when you take that away from him, it's gonna be a struggle for a Lei player. So that's why I stick by gimmickly honest.
All right, now
He's a ridiculous character.
I'm just gonna say it doesn't look like we're viewing a match here. So let me see. I'm gonna hope that, you know, first no one's crashed, but there isn't a match to view, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this over.
Yeah, definitely says fight in progress. Something changed.
Yeah, they're just not letting us view the match, so hang tight, guys. We'll still update the score, you know, based on who wins, but it doesn't look like they're letting us view the match here. So let's see.
Mucho Stranger.
That's something that happens on both PlayStation and PC, so it's not necessarily platform specific. It's just
Oh, I doubt it's platform specific. It's just shit's going
unfortunate.
wrong.
But you know, that's good old online for you.
Thanks, Harada.
I don't even think that was the thing that happened in Tag 2 now, was it?
Honestly, no. We'll keep it 100. As grimy as Tag 2 was to play, it at least went smoother for the most part.
Yo, Tag 2 was fine, okay? All you had to
Tag 2
do...
was grimy, dude.
All you had to do... Well, actually, no. Like, relatively speaking, you had to deal with 2 life bars. So that game was like a pain and a half because it took way longer to, like, finish first to 2s. But the damage was absolutely ridiculous. So I guess it evens out.
Stupid.
If any of you guys in the chat, like, started out with Tekken 7, you don't know what you're missing because Eddie was way much more of a pain in Tag 2 than he was now. You know,
I can vouch for that.
counter hit back 1-4 with Jack or Bruce or, you know, any of those good wall characters. GG, life bar.
I think I faced Serial Killer in at least one Tekken Tag 2 match back when he played Tekken Tag 2 and did double capo. That dude was it was not good times.
Back counter hit, back 1-4, double capos. That was it. That was basically full life bar.
Yeah.
So they took that away. So you guys can thank the devs for making Eddie a little less of a pain to deal with.
That man was toxic.
Ugh.
Eddie Christie and Bob Slim Bob were two of the most BS teams in that game, yo.
And for all of that, they said Bob was toned down from T6, like barely. That character was still good. His movement was still really good too.
And then they decided in T7 to actually tone him down like they meant to the point where they toned him down too much.
So now at this point, he's like, "Why do you even want to play Bob when you have Dragunov?"
What are you gonna use him for? There's just better characters.
I thought you wanted to win. Here, pay for your DLC and get Leroy. Don't act like I'm wrong.
You want to win? You gotta pay to win.
All right.
It ain't play to win no more. It's pay to win.
Now it looks like Sneaker won this the last game, even though we weren't there to see it. Hopefully, the game will let us take a look for the next game. If not, we'll just go ahead and have them redo it. But
Ideals mio.
good old PSN, good old PC for the win. But
God tier.
Tag 2 was great, guys. Tag 2 was great.
Tag 2 was great. It was also a fucking abomination.
I mean, if you play a character like Jack, like King, like Asuka, Nina, just do yourself the favor and play a clone character team. Just do yourself the favor. Buy the game just so you can play double Jack and do double jackhammers. Like, just do yourself the favor.
That game was toxic, dude.
Listen.
It was a... Oh my god, Akuma Panda. Or freaking Roger Jr. and Alex. I couldn't deal.
So...
Double Bears gave me nightmares, dude.
Double Bears... They weren't the worst. Like, they still weren't that great.
They were disrespectful.
Like, the most that they had to hit you with some really ghetto setups. To really get going.
Ghetto setups? What?
I mean, yeah, but like neutral? Who cares about bears when they're in neutral?
Even still, like, the worst team, the most toxic team by far was just Bob Slim Bob. That team was OP.
No, the most toxic team was Double Ogre, and you know it.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100, and this is my crazy ass. I'd rather face Double Ogre than Double Bob.
No, like, why?
Bro, I beat Double Ogres online. I never beat Bob Slim Bob online once. That team was ridiculous.
Listen, that sounds like
from somebody who paid Fang and Zafina.
It sounds like you didn't play against 3-bar Double Ogres in your life. And if that is not the most toxic thing you've ever played, then I don't think you were playing Tag 2.
I don't think I want to even imagine Double Ogres on 3-bar. You'll have to kill me. I will plug. I don't plug, but if I saw a 3-bar or less Ancient Ogre, True Ogre, I'm sorry, plugging immediately.
Have you tried to break Waning Moon in 3 bars? It doesn't happen. And that's 50% life. It doesn't happen.
Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to see yourself out.
I will, and I will see myself into this infinite stage pick from Supes, Infinite Azure again. So we're here.
Felt cute. Might run the clock down later. IDK.
Alright, I'm not switching the names, so I told Lamar to stay on player 2 side. He needs to get it together. But anyway, here we are.
DQ'd.
Round 1.
Absolute DQ.
Fight.
So another stance, like I said, guys, just make sure that you're checking lay out of these stances. One block. Nice slide to get him off the ground.
Oh, and another one. Get up. Don't sleep on me, fool.
So I think that's a great adjustment, you know. Play dead is no longer free for Lamar to just do. I'm sorry, Sneaker0Tool, I'm sorry. We won't use government names.
I'm not taking my sneakers off. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Counter hit. Kerplunk.
Now, I do wonder if this is just more of like some ideology behind Lay. You see Sneaker is whiffing a lot of moves, maybe trying to like bait Supes into rushing in. And he's getting a lot of damage off of that. Like,
But what a hell of a whiff punish from Rage Drive there from Supes. Delicious. Another whiff punish. Delicious.
so he's going for the Oki. Good tech roll from Sneaker.
Oh, didn't finish the plate though.
So another slide.
Ankles.
And another slide. So
Ankles,
Supes
nice shoes, boy.
looking to take it back.
He's so gifted. Look at him go.
And a nice little snake edge.
Don't go to the thing. No snake edge to take it. Plunk. Oh, Razor Rush again.
Now here is a nice OS for FF3 because you just saw that entirely fake sequence FF3 back turn and then you got the low counter hit launcher. It's not big damage, but you can down jab Lay whenever he does that, and it'll probably be a punish regardless because down jab's high crush. I'm just throwing that suggestion out there for you guys if you see this move.
Okay, but Supes closing it out with a dick punch again, getting very good at stopping that man in his tracks and stances.
So here you are with 2-2. Supes is working. Supes has managed to take a point back in his favor. Oops. And he did it on an infinite stage, so that means he has the adjustments to continue this winning strategy no matter what the stage pick was, because remember we were a little concerned in game 1 that, you know, he was giving Lay too much space to do what he wanted to do. So clearly not the case. Sneaker, how do you get on player 2 side? Literally when you guys ready up, it asks you what side to be on, so you just hit player 2. And Supes should be hitting player 1 because I assume that's what most people do. So just throwing that out there. Oh, that might mean Supes is hitting player 2 while you're doing it too, so I'll let him know too. So game 3, we're gonna need some. We're gonna see what adjustments Lamar can make, because basically it's kind of like if he has enough room to set up his mix-ups and his offense, you know, Supes usually hasn't been doing the best job defending. He's getting better as the set goes on. So we need to see what opportunities Sneaker can make for himself to continue to pluck off more damage. So let's see what the stage is.
I think we might get a wall stage this time. Let's take a look.
Hammerhead, you're right. DLC wall stage.
Delicious. I need it.
So a little bit smaller of a stage than what did we see the first time? Actually, no, it's a little bit bigger than Cave of Enlightenment.
Cave of Enlightenment, yeah. So we got in 2 infinite stages, Cave, and now we're going to Hammers.
So at some point the wall will become a factor, but there is time to play around before you hit the wall on this stage. So it's going to be important to see what happens.
Especially the way they move around, because it's definitely an irregularly shaped stage too, for that matter.
Right. So let's see.
Round
Default
1.
costumes. Let's go.
Fight.
At least for Lay.
Oh, again, knocking him right out of the dragon stance.
And a nice whip punch with
What
a hop
a
kick.
hop kick.
And good damage on the wall. So now it's important. No duck. And a nice punish on the lows.
Round 2.
Those lows are not free on Supes, and that's good to show because Lei does have some pretty big lows that give you pretty good opportunities to get like full combos. So it's important that he knows to take them. Good for Supes. Nice slide.
Oh, and sliding him. Nice ankles, boy.
Great spin because just do it. Alright, so that string, the third hit, you can sidestep right and launch him for it. It is a mix-up. It is plus the entire way through, but there is an opening. You don't have to take that string from Lei. Just for you guys to know to check. Alright. So we're tied 1-1. Supes is getting increasingly better at holding his ground in neutral. No punish on the while standing 3-3. I'm pretty sure it's minus 13 or 14.
I believe it's minus 14.
So, and Lamar is looking increasingly hesitant to play generic neutral. Nice. Yeah, it looks like Sneaker is a little hesitant to stand there and play basic Tekken. Supes is kind of taking advantage of it, right? Making him freeze up, forcing him to play honest. He's not really handling it right well, so Supes is now finally taking the lead in this set for the first time, even though it's for one round.
Oh, doesn't properly float him.
What a
nice punish flow. It's got some back turn as well.
Right.
And again.
I don't know what combo we would have gotten off of that, but the fact that he still punished it is still amazing in and of itself. What a neutral jump.
Okay, we playing Street Fighter now?
Listen, he's not.
Apparently we are.
He's not dealing with any of these shenanigans. Supes taking it 3-2.
Okay, so he's now in the lead in this first of 5 set. Delicious, more poppy.
So that was those were great adjustments from Supes, right? Like, he's standing at a range that forces Sneaker to play honest. He's not backing off too much to give him time to go into like play dead or any other stances, but he's not playing super close to still kind of allow things to whiff and make his reads. So I think that's a great adjustment to have.
Well, nicely, and especially that he is punishing a little bit more of these lows, but I would at least like to see him punish the back 4-4. That's the one he's not doing, but he's at least punishing down 4-4 to race spin when he does block it. But Sneaks is kind of still going hand with race spin. He hasn't given him too many reasons to stop doing it.
I mean, that's the 50-50 game with Lei, right? He has big mid, he also has chunky lows, so you kind of have to take a guess regardless.
True.
But, whenever Supes has guessed right, he's made him pay. So that's just, as long as you're able to capitalize on the opportunities you get, then that's what's going to be important, and that's what's got him in the lead.
No, and I think Supes can definitely bring it back here, but of course it's Sneaks. You can't count this man's out. You knew this was going to be a good match, and it's going to continue to be.
And it's like, it's late too, right? Like, you can't ever fall asleep against the character. The moment that you're caught lacking is when he's going to take off a nice chunk of your life. So, always got to be on your toes when you're fighting against Lei.
Yes, sir, because I didn't forget that game 1 where Sneaks took it pretty convincingly. He can easily do that again.
Oh, yeah, he could. Like, just switch it to an infinite stage, haha stuff to give yourself some distance, set up your game, Because it doesn't look like Lamar is very confident in approaching. So that's why he's doing a lot of these whiffed moves, maybe to get Supes to walk in, because he hasn't done too well when he's had to initiate on his own.
I would say, at least to be fair, when it comes to Lei, he's probably, in my opinion, got like top 5 worst range in the game for his moves. Versus Shaheen has got pretty average range, and I would say better approach tools than Lei Wulong. So it's kind of making it hard for him to approach, especially on Infinite Stage, which is why you saw Supes definitely turn up the heat on Infinite versus wall stages.
Yeah, I 100% agree, which is why I thought maybe that's just kind of Sneaker's fix for the poor approach options. But he's got to find a way to set it up a little bit better. And, you know, he doesn't have Infinite Stage now to help him out, so that's going to be a big turning point as well.
Precisely. Again, like I say, in my opinion, gimmickly honest. He doesn't exactly have a good approach, so he's got to get creative on how he gets his approach in.
But he's going to have a nice opportunity here with drops the wall combo, but, you know, he still kind of has wall positioning.
Oh, nice block of the low, though.
Rage drive, good break on the one throw. And, you know,
down forward want to take
the tried and true, the go-to mid.
Fight.
So Supes is looking like he wants to start running away with it.
Nice block of the hop kick, though.
No punish. That's going to be important because Supes is really trying to make Lamar guess with these full crouch mix-ups. Lamar's not really ducking, so it's kind of important, you know, get that punish on the hop kick.
Again, you just see the wall pressure that Lamar's bringing. This is what he needed. So that Infinite Stage was not doing him any good, and a small stage like this for leg, this is great.
Yeah, he gets a lot of opportunities to get some pressure going when he gets to the wall. Nice pressure.
Lift this.
He dropped the wall combo. Goes for the
damn,
low kick.
That damage.
With
Again, that combo
damage.
Hits like a truck at the wall.
I respect that he whip punished the toe kick with a sneak edge. That was beautiful.
He's so good. Look at him go.
And,
what a low parry.
And that was a great read. I don't think he's done that yet in the set that we've seen thus far. For him, the low parry, the last hit of Razor Rush was amazing from Supes.
Delicious.
DF2 for Kino.
And wall splat.
With wall damage. Doesn't break the 1+2 throw.
Ooh, nice high crush there. And rage frame again.
Rage drive.
Spin for rage one more time. We break those, don't touch me.
Hands off me.
We break those, don't touch me.
We don't break those.
We got the two throw. You can't break them all, brother. You're gonna get caught.
I think I know which one of these characters are from Philly.
Ouch.
Like, Supes has been breaking his throws. I'm like, where is Supes from?
I think he's from suburbs of Philly.
Not Philly? Amazing.
Delicious.
Alright, so the Supes has taken this from being a close set, so now he's ready to break it wide open. He's going up 4-2 now. Great adjustments on his part, you know, forcing Lamar to play a game that he doesn't look too comfortable with, you know, playing neutral.
Again, even on a small walled stage where you saw Sneaker0Tool start to turn it up, you see how quickly he had started to take down all the momentum. Oh, he's Allentown, so he's clearly not Philly. Clearly not. But you saw even on a walled stage, Sneaker0Tool getting all that wall damage, you know, turning up the heat, and Supes still managed to clutch it out. So it's getting a little shaky now. Because that could have easily been 3-3 even.
Oh, you bet. Like, some of those throws that he teched, if he didn't tech, he probably would have died. So way to keep a solid defense through to the very end. Like, super important.
Also, shout outs to Sir Damien Grande, the 21st, for hosting us with them 3 extra viewers, my boy. We appreciate you.
Hopefully we see you in a PS4 session again soon, you know. Don't take your wins and lead, big Dame. You gotta defend yourself.
Gotta do the damn diddly. Always. We ain't finished yet. More.
But here we go. So this is set point for Supes, right? Sneaker has to turn it up and turn it up quickly if he wants to stay in the set. Like, he's got some good things going for him. He's still able to assert some sort of mix-up pressure, but the longer this has been going on, the easier Supes has been kind of nullifying those mix-ups. So we're here, Kinder Gym. Shout outs to this stage because we don't see it often, especially not, you know, online.
James said, nah, screw it. I'm going to stay 2-0.
You know what? Commanda's favorite Dame. Dame, I thought we were friends. You know what? You should know. Everyone should know what my favorite stage is. There's only 2 options for what my favorite stage is in the game. So, you know. Anyway.
Round 1.
You mean Forgotten Realm?
Fight me right now.
Oh, and that's the first time he threw out the unseeable low high in this set. Another rage man.
Alright. And there it is, FF3. Finally gets him a launcher. Doesn't quite get him to the wall. Probably to the wall. Probably could use a different combo for the wall. Nice whip punish on the wake-up kick.
Oh, and pressuring him right in the face. Oppression session.
Round 2.
So, good first round for Lamar. He needs that. Every round that he takes is a little bit more momentum to keep him in the set.
Dual Supesdupes with the down forwards. Oh, he didn't finish his plate.
So,
Okay.
no punish.
Okay, got him in crane stance.
That low he used is -16, so launch punishable from Shaheen. Should he block it? Wonder if Supes knows
Oh,
that.
got him with play dead again. Mix-ups.
But
And pretty even health bar across. Oh, and get him with the slide move. Got him at the wall now.
too close to get the full wall combo, but counter hit while rising 1 doesn't get the guaranteed follow-up. Might cost him as...
Oh, they both got rage now. Another Dragon Stance Snake Edge.
So...
That is 2 in a row with them Dragon Snake Edges.
Not going quietly into the night.
Yeah.
So this is what worked in the first game. Sneaker having time to set up these stances, making them guess, going low. Like, this is what worked in the first game. So Supes gotta make the adjustment.
Like, Snooks is turning it up. He said, you know what? What worked in game 1? Ankles. Let's bring it back to the ankles game. Ankles game's working. Oh, made him spend his rage.
Doesn't
So it's
high.
like there we got one slide into the Oki, and another slide into the Oki to steal it, so he is not dead yet.
So Supes still back in it. What did he do? He made Sneak slow down. No time to set up these stances, and and that's what gave him his round again. You know, gave him the chance to slide. Plus frames.
Hold that stance. One. Alright, so slowly backing him towards the wall now. It's where you don't want to be against the lay.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Interrupted stance. Another slide again, just neutralizing his setups. Oh, what a 3-3. We're going into double reach. This could be match point for Supesdupes, and it could be game point for Sneaks to keep him alive.
And that was actually pretty brilliant, right? Like, he slid to get away from the wall, and then, you know, he's been setting up the while standing 3-3 for, like, the entire set. And then when it worked, he got the wall.
Yes, sir. Oh, another throw not broken. And now side switch as well.
Don't lose like that, Sneaks. Break your throat, brother. So,
Going into the Razor Rush here.
more Razor Rush presser.
Throw. Dragon stance throw. So he's still alive.
And that's a one
And
break.
it is
So,
now 4-3 even.
so it's 4-3. So for those of you who don't know what that throw, so that is not unbreakable. It is a one break. He also has a stance from, I believe, Drunken Stance that is 1+2.
Yes.
So, you know, if you ever see those stances, you already should know what the throw break is before it comes out. It just takes some time to get used to the throw animation.
But in the meantime, it is 4-3, still in Soup's favor. But Sneak's trying to make the comeback, and apparently the comeback strat is, all right, we do game 1 strats. It's ankle time, and we're gonna let it rock.
How are you supposed to know about that throw, Dame? Because I told you just now. So that's how you break
he's not
it.
wrong.
One break.
That's fair. Listen, Dame, you got that 2-0 knowledge. I need you to use that 2-0 knowledge.
Right. You can't be asking questions like that if you're undefeated in the chat. Like, you can't be doing that.
Especially not if you're one away from Fujin, Dame. Fujin players would have that knowledge.
boy, rank is so inflated these days. We're sorry, Dave.
What did JDCR say? Rank doesn't matter? Mm-hmm. But not for yellow. that was the greatest JDCR quote ever.
Oh, man. But, alright, we're gonna be back, right?
Rank doesn't matter, but I'm green rank. Is that okay? That's not fucking okay. It's like, yo, this man is spinning back.
Like, I'm a little nervous. Like, I'm only at Fujin. I feel like I should just go ahead and hit that rank so I can say, oh man, I'm a good player.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I should probably be like purple or blue rank right now. I just don't like playing ranked. I'm like one away from Gimp. Well, actually, technically, I have to start over on PC because I still need to fix my PS4. And I'm just first on, but I'm like one away from Genbu.
I mean, you might as well get it.
I should definitely. You know what? We're going for the first Philly Tekken God Prime for Fangway. I got to be the first. It must be so.
I mean, if Dom can hear you in the chat, I'm sure he'll have something to say about it. But here we go. Back to Mishima Dojo.
And this, I feel like, could be a stage definitely in Lei's favor. Because again, as you saw, he lost the Mishima Dojo match first by a slow margin. But now that he at least knows how to handle the matchup on this stage, especially against Shaheen, he can tie this up.
Well, he's gonna need to because Supes is still on set point. He's hitting them. He's being a lot more aggressive, which is making Supes slow down. Maybe not giving him enough time to prepare some of his reads. So he's got to keep up this pace.
Precisely. And then he's got him right at the wall where he wants him again. Not the greatest combo damage from Lei, but he hits like a truck with a wall splat.
And with walls, he gets nice Oki opportunities, so it makes you guess even more. Just like now, but he drops the combo.
Oh, did not convert the wall splat combo.
And this could cost him dearly. Given Supes some momentum, we can clearly see that he can steamroll if you give him momentum, not checking the back turn.
Oh, did he sneeze? He sneezed. Achoo. Alright, that's 1-1 even, so he might not have checked the back turn, but he definitely checked him out of his stance, though. So that's a good thing.
I mean, he has to do something, right? Gotta go back to making plays.
Oh, regular throw.
He has to go back to making Lei play honest, because that's what got him those 4 games.
And back turn again. There's a back turn check. That's what he needed.
Counter hit 4-1. The always good, always been nerfed move from Shaheen.
Dame, not everything is the Dame special. I need you to calm down.
The Dame special is I tech rolled off the ground and immediately rage dart. That's the Dame special.
No, the Dame special is life lead sidestep 3. Also, I believe that combo that string doesn't gel. He could have possibly low parried that last move.
Quite possible. But,
I don't believe that fails. Another snake edge here. That's gonna hurt.
And he has wall positioning with Crane. Nice Crane.
Oh, geez, right in the corner. You do not want to be here. And like I said, Mishima Dojo. This was Sneaker's stage. Now he's 4-4 even. Like that was 100%. That was a Sneaker round. That had to be.
It definitely was. Like, Supes had no answers for the mix-ups. Like, he was attempting to check moves, but wasn't working out in the end. He's given up a 4-2 lead, and now Sneaks is now primed with the momentum to take this set. So, good stuff to him.
Yes, sir. And I believe, how many matches have we had that actually went down to Game 9? I think in all the sets that we've done so far since the first one, I think we've only had maybe 1 or 2 others that actually went down to the actual wire.
Pretty sure it was just one, because our first PS4 session didn't go 4-0. Last
Correct.
week, who do we have last week?
I think it was Psycho versus Spirit.
No, they weren't.
Along with Sol Naciente versus... Like, there was 5... I think we only had 1 other one that went down to the wire for Game 9.
Wasn't that Ryan V in 1,000 Red Lines? Or no?
I would need to check the rap sheet for that.
But I don't think it's not often that we've gotten final game from, it's not often we got final game in these sessions so far, so it's definitely a good one. And with two players that you don't really see too much out of in the FGC these days. So,
Yes, sir.
Well, we see Supes, but, Supes is out in town.
But in the meantime, we're getting to our first down-to-the-wire match, so it is really do or die. Whoever takes this match, this was still a hell of a back and forth, and especially in terms of adjustments made on certain matches, especially from Sneaks, who really needed it the most at some point when Soup started taking the lead in the set.
Thanks for the correction, Jackie. 5-2. I totally forgot. But we're here on Infinite Azure 2. I think this is a big choice that had to be made. Soups is going for the Infinite stage. The last time they were on an Infinite stage, he did win. He didn't allow Sneaks to set up his offense. I think it's going to be big for him to do it one more time.
It's going to be really hard for Sneaks to do an approach now. So, but he's actually being the aggressor, so at least Sneaks is going to have trouble getting his offense started on a stage like this.
All right. Guess is wrong on the Razor Rush. Tries to check him, but he didn't transition. Nice punish on the launcher.
Oh, nice counter hit.
Looked like a missed slide input, but there's the slide now. No duck on the FF3-4.
See if he's going to do anything with it. No, sir. Down for one to snuff him out. That's one convincing one for Soups.
All right, Soups, a much needed round to give him some momentum. No punish on the hop kick. So,
another rave spin. Solid combo, not big damage, but it's enough to get it going. Delicious, unblockable tackle.
And Sneaks taking his momentum right back. Still not doing anything about that FF3. Sneaks is running it. If you're not punishing him or challenging him when he's minus 14, then you're giving Sneaks the opportunity to hit you with some of these fake back turn setups. And whenever he's tried, it's been working. And he closes out the second round.
Rushing him down there for round one. That's what he needed. Another play dead mix-up. Hello.
Unfortunate for Soups because he did use a rather low-hitting mid.
Always in drunken stance, you gotta knock him right out of that.
He doesn't bite on the while standing move, doesn't get the launch.
He is not been blocking those tiger stance snake edges.
It's a scary mix-up to have to guess with, right? Because he has a plethora of mids that he can choose from as well. But,
and this is currently match point for Sneaker0Tool here.
And there it is. All right, so he's finally got him on back turn.
Let him get away with this entire set. Really has been back turn. He hasn't really checked him on back turn too much.
And this has been the crux of his game for this last game of the set. Finding ways to slide into back turn and force Soups to guess. And he's still not dealing with FF3. That is huge because these are the things he's running in this last set, and that's a Sneaks adjustment.
Yes, sir. But at least checks him how to play that stance, a supine stance. Oh, nice counter hit. All right, so it is again. It's down to the wire, really, in Game 9, double Luigi.
So
it's really anybody's game here.
Let's see if Soups can put back the Great Wall of China for this last round. Close it out. Nice
delicious.
Sneaks doing something. Now he's got to deal with some Oki. Doesn't punish the while standing 3-3.
Duck punish, bro.
Soups, when he needs it the most. What's for breakfast? Plus frames. Good block from Sneaks.
We don't take throws here. What a finish. It is going to go 5-4 in Soup's favor. That really went down to the wire in that last game.
That is such a heartbreaker. Just having your opponent go check your hood, see what area you're repping, and to lose off of a throw, that's unfortunate.